Okay, back with another one. This is Brown Liquor Reviews number 22, number 5 of the day. I wanted to review, I've reviewed two big peat monsters, or peat bombs, whatever you prefer. So I wanted to go ahead and review the sherry monster. In my mind, this is as sherry forward as it gets. This is Aberlour Abuna. That's the way that I understand you pronounce that, and it's really fun to say. This one is, let me see, this is batch number 46. I've had this bottle for a little while, I'm sure. We're getting close to batch number 50 by now, but as you can see, this one is bottled at 60.4%. It is a beast, an absolute beast. This is a non-age statement single malt, and it is an absolute trendsetter in the sherry bomb world. It is they fill the distillate in Spanish Oloroso sherry cask or butts. And I just wanted, this isn't the best summertime whiskey, but, what is a summertime whiskey? This one is great on a freezing cold day. It will warm you to the bone, without a doubt. It is absolutely delicious. So I just wanted to share this with you. Another great bottle. And it will be repurposed as well, no doubt about it. When I did my whiskey notes for this one, I did cut it with a little bit of water, but I actually prefer to sip on this one neat. And, it's 120 proof. If you're going to do that, make sure that you're drinking a lot of water. You don't want to introduce too much of a strong solvent like this, like alcohol, into your liver too often, so make sure that you're drinking plenty of water with it, but that's my public service announcement for this one. Other than that, sit back and sip on it. And what I mean by sip, get your teeth wet, and that's about it. And just that little bit amount of whiskey that gets into your mouth will be extremely flavorful. Okay, there is a lot going on with this one, and like I said, it is the sherry monster. It is the bad boy. It is the octomore of sherries. It is the what's the most IPA? It's Dogfish 121, something ridiculous like that, or it is on the extreme of the whiskey world. In the sherry direction. So, on the nose, I'm going to be Captain Obvious here and say that sherry is the first thing I smell. If you are not familiar with what sherry tastes like, I would say that you should go get yourself a bottle of sherry. You can get a bottle of sherry that's aged for like 30 years for a very reasonable price. And it's really worth the experience of, seeing and tasting and smelling where a whiskey like this comes from originally. So go out and, make that investment. Sherry is all about dates, figs, prunes, raisins. Think of very, very dried, pitted fruits. And then, the concentration that the drying does of all the sugars from those fruits. That's what is evident here in the Aberlour Abuna. A huge toffee presence. It has a nice vanilla bean. It smells like nutmeg whenever you freshly grate it. It even has a molasses smell to it, which is usually more towards a bourbon barrel. But for this one, I mean, you're talking about concentrated sugars here, and so you get the caramel taste to it, almost like towards a burnt end to it. It has, if you take root vegetables like carrots and parsnips and turnips, and you put them in an oven and roast the living hell out of them, all the sugars come up, and it is very sugary, okay? And that's what this one is about, but with those nice roasted characteristics. This is a single malt, so you're going to get lots of barley sugar, rock candy, and since I'm at the shore right now, you're going to be thinking about chocolate fudge. Like I said, I'm not going to be adding sugar to this. I'm not going to be adding water to this. And it's a little tough. But that's actually the way I prefer this one. I think I've said this in my prior reviews, and if you listen to Jason Pyle, Jason always says that there's nothing more luxurious than sipping on a barrel-proof whiskey. He's most likely talking about bourbon, but this certainly goes towards Aberlour Aubignac. So take your time with it. I poured that little amount. It will probably last me for a while. So my plan is actually to do another review after this, and I'll probably put this aside with a little top on it and let it sit for a while and just kind of sip on it for the rest of the day. It is a beast. An absolute beast. It is concentrated. You can certainly put water on this and enjoy it. I mean, it is very full flavored. From arrival to finish, it's huge. It's like eating a delicious piece of toffee. It's almost like raisin liqueur, but it's a little drier than that. I don't even know if raisin liqueur exists, but it is that intense in the dried fruit department. All right, and it's also like eating fig Newtons. Like if you took off like the outer layer and you just ate the filling from a fig Newton. I mean, that's what this is like. Like I said, this is a non-age statement single malt. And I get varying opinions online of how old this actually is. In my opinion, I think that they probably continuously try it until it's ready. For my money, this is the finest non-age statement sherry monster that you can buy. Okay, there is Glenfarclas 105, which is extremely sherried. Non-age statement, but this one is it's the one. It is the one. It is huge, all-encompassing. It's a beast. Do yourself a favor and slowly sip this thing neat. There really is nothing better. And like I said, even though I'm at the beach, it's hot out. I'm just not into this whole thing where you can only drink certain whiskeys at certain times of the year. You should drink good whiskey all times of the year. And this certainly fits into that one. This one gets a 92 out of 100. It is a superstar, and it is highly recommended by me. Whenever this one is gone, which is going to be fairly soon, I will be repurchasing another bottle of this one. So, thank you so much for tuning in on this whiskey review extravaganza. I will be reviewing another one soon for whiskey or brown liquor review number 23. I'll make that one a secret. But I will promise you that it's from America and that it is a beast. So, I will see you then. Cheers.